There are times in life where one can benefit out of adversities also. One story comes to mind. Over 200 years ago, to be precise, in the year 1815, there was a battle going on. The battle was between the Duke of Wellington of Great Britain and Napoleon Bonaparte of France, the Battle of Waterloo. Now, folks, I want you to take your mind back more than 200 years ago. Who is the superpower today? Today, America, USA is the superpower. Who was the superpower then? It was Great Britain. What does power lie in today? Today, power lies in nuclear capabilities, arms, and ammunition. What did power lie in then? Funnily, power in those days was in your trading capability. Great Britain owned a trading company called the East India Company, by virtue of which they were ruling over several countries in the world, including India. And Napoleon had emerged out of the blue, so to say, as a very important leader. France was becoming increasingly important. Napoleon, when he started out late 18th century, somewhere around 1790 or something, he was in his teens and he was leading battles. They were attacking Europe, various countries in Europe, and he was winning. He won so many battles and became such a powerful figure in France that I think just after 1800, he gave himself the title of emperor. And then he made the tactical blunder of invading Russia in peak winter. He lost thousands of soldiers, beat a retreat, went into hibernation, then after a few years emerged out of hibernation and started attacking again and started winning again. So by the time the Battle of Waterloo was being fought, it was a very decisive battle in the sense that had Napoleon won the Battle of Waterloo, there would be a shift in the global power balance in favor of France. And of course, if England had won, which it did, it would regain supremacy. But my topic is stock market. What would be the impact on the London Stock Exchange when they heard the outcome of the battle? Obviously, if France would have won, London stock market would crash. And if England would win, it would go up. So all the investors in London were waiting with bated breath, so to say, to find out what will happen at Waterloo. Guys, the battle was being fought at Waterloo, far away from London. I'm talking about 1815. No BBC, I assume not. No internet. No cable TV. What would happen in one part of the world, the other part of the world would come to know? I don't know. 48 hours? 72 hours? 96 hours later? But those days, there was a family still there. Call them Rothschilds or call them Rothschild. I am told a more appropriate pronunciation is Rothschild because they had a family insignia which was a red shield. Rothschilds were business people, they were bankers, they were barons. They had diverse business interests across UK, Europe, Germany, Austria, and much of their wealth was earned due to their ability to learn of world events before others. In those days, the Rothschild family had a personal communication network which included carrier pigeons, which brought them newspapers to them from various parts of the world. And they learned of certain events before the rest of the country did and used to make a killing out of it. Guys, today the internet has created a level playing field. But otherwise, if you could learn of something before others, you could profit from it. For example, one of the things these people would find out is who is invading which country. And they used to go and finance both the kings. And when one of them would win, obviously, they would get favors. And the favor they used to usually ask was to be allowed to run the treasury of the country. Senior Rothschild believed that those who control the money supply can control the country. Any case, Senior Rothschild had 4 or 5 sons. Each was sent to one part of Europe to handle the business. The son sent to Great Britain, to London, was Nathan Rothschild. Now, all the investors in London knew Nathan will come to know before us what happened at Waterloo. So the logic applied was, watch Nathan. That means if Nathan starts buying, it will indicate England has won. And if Nathan starts selling, it will indicate British defeat. So all the investors in London were watching Nathan. Even Nathan Rothschild knew everybody is watching me. The battle, I think, was fought on 18 June 1815. It was a Sunday. Funnily, Napoleon lost in one day. I think, luckily for Great Britain and unluckily for Napoleon, two more armies were passing by, Austrian and one more, who joined the battle. So Napoleon got surrounded by three sides. And England won the battle in one day. Nathan Rothschild did hear about the English victory one day before the rest of the country did. And next day when the stock market opened, it's called the Black Monday, I think the first ever Black Monday. When the stock market opened, instead of buying, Nathan Rothschild started selling. Everybody assumed England has lost. London stock market collapsed. And when it reached rock bottom, he started buying. There's a phrase in the stock exchange which is attributed to Nathan Rothschild himself, that the time to buy is when blood is flowing on the streets. In a way, blood was flowing on the streets. And I think in one day, he made a profit of today's equivalent of some 750 million pounds or something. So one can sometimes profit out of adversity also.